What's the season prognostication on Edinburgh? Are they supposed to be good this year or bad? Seventh.
How many?
Oh, we got yellow flag.
I don't give a shit about Edinburgh football.
Tubby, no one cares about Edinburgh. What did you think of the Browns yesterday?
What are they, D7, even though there's only D3 and D2?
Oh! Whoa!
Whoa.
All right, so what did you think of the game yesterday?
Was it like Edinburgh's football too? Oh my God.
Yeah, you didn't get enough touches.
Tubby, plug your show again. Plug your show.
Josh doesn't do that anymore.
What are they? The Edinburgh Fighting Scots? What are they?
The Fighting Scots.
Is that what they are?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
I don't. You know what? I can't believe I knew that. So.
Edinburgh and McCown have something in common, Tubby. They should have just both went down, laid down.
Goodbye, Tubby.
Bye, Tubby. Have a good season.
Show, man.
Bye.
All right, bye. Look at that, man.
Edinburgh.
Spawn
Station
that.
manager and I will break it down.
Even though we lost 31 to 10, we got fans across the pond still watching our team somehow.
Okay.
And that's where we're going to go to Skype 1. We have Norm Whitlock from the UK.
Nice.
Is from the British Bulldogs Brownsbacker group.
Awesome. Norm, how you doing?
Yeah, good. Spoke to you guys last year once, if you recall.
Oh, that's right. I do remember you being on. What was during the Browns game yesterday? Fox had who was playing yesterday? There was a soccer game.
That was the Bundesliga.
Bear, we always want to say the Bear Aspirin. Bear.
It's Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich.
Oh, Bayern Munich. Yeah.
What kind of ratings did that game do over there yesterday?
What, for the Bayern Munich game?
Yeah, for that game.
I have absolutely no idea what the ratings were for that. I was just so focused on the Browns yesterday. It was like the whole day was. We had a fantastic day in London, apart from the result, obviously. We had a great turnout of the British Bulldogs Backers Club. We must have had about 30 members there. Only about 5 Jets fans. And so, you know, prior to the game starting, the place was rocking with lots of woofing and lots of high optimism for the, the season. We were really hoping that things had changed around, but it seems, I mean, I know it's only game 1, but it's like same old Browns, really. Just the same old problems. Like Kenny, your previous contributor, said, it's the same problems from last year. You know, we can't run the ball. We can't stop the run. We're getting no pressure on the opposing quarterback, and it's just same old Browns football at the moment.
I'll tell you what.
And the thing is, it's I didn't actually think. Well, I was hoping we were going to win. I didn't expect the wins necessarily, but I was hoping that even if we lost, we'd be fighting right to the end, you know, tooth and nail, and it's going to be a close game. And to be fair, in the first half, the Browns, played reasonably well. They were still in the game, but they just imploded in the second half, and it just didn't look like they cared that much, which is a real shock.
No, Norm, was that the feeling there?
And then
how many pints did you guys have to drink to make sure everything was cool by the end of the game?
We went through quite a few pictures. I'm telling you. I mean, as that second half wore on, it was just ugly, wasn't it? I mean, it was ugly football. The only bright the bright spark is that Johnny Manziel looked, half decent. I mean, last year he had no right to be on the field whatsoever. He was just an abomination last year, but I mean, he actually looked like he knew what he was doing somewhat yesterday. So that's a good thing. But yeah, it's the same old problems, I'm afraid, at the moment. And I mean, looking at Mike Pettin's presser, he looked crushed yesterday, and rightly so. As he said, there's been months to get ready for this game. It should have been close. If we didn't win, it should have been close, and it wasn't close. And it just didn't look like half the team cared that much. Yeah, really disappointed. And such a shame because we had a great turnout and the place was rocking in London. But yeah, same old Browns, I'm afraid.
Norm, hey, thank you. We appreciate. What time is it there, by the way?
It's coming up for 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's a really nice time.
Do you work? Do you have a job, or are you working from home?
Yeah, no, I do. I work. It's my day off today. I'm an anaesthetic nurse in a major London hospital.
Oh, wow.
Very nice. I think the rest of the Browns backers there might need more anesthesia next week. So, thank you.
Definitely. I mean, next week's going to be really telling, isn't it, against the Titans? Mariota, as you said, 4 touchdowns. It's going to be really interesting, I think, next week to see how I mean, if we don't come out and react, to what happened yesterday, if we're flat next week, I mean, God knows we could go 0-16. But if we do, we'll find some way somehow to win a few meaningless games towards the end of the season to take us out of the Cardale Jones stakes. Because that is Browns football. We just do enough.
Fail for Cardale.
All right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah, we got you. Hey, thank you. We really appreciate it. I know we appreciate everybody that calls in, but we really appreciate it when you call in, and thank you. And have a great day, and tell all the Browns backers there we said hi. Thanks.
I will. Maybe I can come back in a few weeks.
Hey, you're welcome back every week if you want to come back. Come back every week.
Okay, nice speaking with you guys. Have a good one.
We'll see you. Thank you, Norm. Wow, nice job. I got to tell you, Eric, the referee, does a good job of setting up.
He does a great job, and like your radio show is Therapy Monday. Yeah. This is now Anesthetic Monday or Anesthesia Monday here on Dogs on the Run. We have now coined our Monday phrase. There it is.
Rissa, you want to, is that Craig Lindell I see over there? That is Craig Lindell. Hi, Craig. How are you?
Hey, guys.
All right, Craig Lindell waiting for next year. What's on waiting for next year today? I'm just curious.
Oh, man, we have our own profane podcast breaking down what happened yesterday. I think we forget Anesthesia Monday. We need Anesthesia Sunday afternoon. Then we don't have to have this show. No offense.
I think I'm already waiting for next year after that week 1, honestly.
Give me your thoughts on the. First of all, is that a?
It's an entire rock band.
Yeah. Is that just a drum set behind you, or what is that?
I have guitar amps over there.
Okay.
And then the drum set is over there.
Look at that, man.
Wow. Man.
Are you in a band, or what's the deal?
Used to be in a band. Then the children happened.
Yeah, we know that.
So now I just pretend in my basement. No, I could still play a little bit. We might get the band back together someday, but I'm 36, man. It's a young man's game.
Yeah, you're talking to two guys who are Pierce young, but we're old.
Yeah, well,
I still think it's good. All right, give us your thoughts on yesterday, and let us in on the wisdom of waiting for next year.
All right. Well, I've been listening, and you guys are doing a good job breaking it down. I just want to look across the field at what the Jets did, coming off a 4-12 season, just to contrast what the Browns did, and then I'll give you a little insight into next week, or my version of insight into next week against Tennessee. First of all, the Jets had a 4-12 season, and what did they do? They went out and they signed Darrelle Revis. They went out and signed Brandon Marshall. That's the kind of move that you make when you have questions at your quarterback. And obviously the Jets have just as many questions at their quarterback as the Browns do at theirs. You saw the Browns, how they set up their skill positions versus how the Jets went and attacked their offseason. And that is pretty much week 1 in a nutshell for Browns fans.
They got Darrelle Revis too. I mean, Antonio Cromartie. They got who was the Buster Screen from us?
Eric Decker, they had signed last year. So I mean, he's right. I mean, and you can't say this about the Browns, Craig. You can't say that we don't have an owner that won't spend money. So we could say that maybe when it comes to the Indians, you can say that, but when it comes to the Browns, There's no reason, and I get exactly where you're going. There's no reason why you can't go out when you identify that wide receiver is one of the positions that you need help at and don't get any help.
Well, we had
Right.
9
At the
million
same
on the sideline.
time, guys, you look league wide, and you saw Jimmy Graham change teams. You saw LaShawn McCoy change teams. How many of these big time players change teams? And I'm not saying the Browns had any path to any individual guy, but they got none of them.
The hard part is the Brandon Marshall thing, and I know we're talking about it. He went for a 5th-round pick. You're going to tell me that he could not have helped the Cleveland Browns? And as negative as you can be on this thing, Brian Hartline looks like one guy that gives everything he possibly has on every play. And I'm not saying that everybody else doesn't, but he appears the way he plays this game. And I'm trying to find positives because at one point yesterday I'm like, okay, I know it was a dog game. It was horrible. What do I have to hang my hat on to say, at least we can work on this? And it was, Norm from England said it best. Guys, did you all watch Mike Pettin yesterday after the game? He looked like somebody shot his dog.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like, okay, we had a good first drive, and then, oh boy, that's it.
The one thing, and you pointed out the receivers, the back shoulder throw. How many times did Manziel try that? But when you have receivers that are small, 5'10", 5'11", I mean, it's not going to work, and that led to led to one interception.
Well, he threw the one ball behind Gary Barnidge, and that's a catchable ball. I mean, was the ball
Jim Dre
placed
had a ball he could
perfectly?
have caught yesterday too.
But they're catchable.
Yeah.
Those are pro athletes. They're paid a lot of money to make those plays. Make the damn play. That's what it comes down to. Make the damn play.
You got to make the play.
It didn't happen.
But you can see, like, the Jets have bigger athletes at wide receiver. Decker and Marshall, bigger wide receivers.
Yeah, we just don't have it. We just don't have that big wide receiver.
No.
So, Craig
I'm
Ross,
gonna
what
make
else can you
Browns
tell us
fans
about
feel
waiting for
better,
next
though,
year?
Andy.
Just real quick well, hang on, we'll go back there. Craig, what do we got? Tell me a little bit more about waiting for next year for today.
I'm gonna make Browns fans feel better, okay? Because let's not pretend like the Tennessee Titans are good. Marcus Mariota had a good game against a really bad team, and the Cleveland Browns should still come out in their home opener next week and plaster the Tennessee Titans. They should put Marcus Mariota on his back. I'm tired of hearing people say they're scared of Marcus Mariota today because he smashed the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If the Browns think that they've got an elite defense, which they seem to still think they have, they shouldn't be afraid of the Tennessee Titans. So I'm not going to listen to Browns fans talk to me about the Titans like they're good now because of the first game against Tampa.
All right, Craig, hey, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We'll make sure we check you out on waitingfornextyear.com. Thanks, Craig.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we'll talk to you soon. Eric, the referee, I want to make sure we're trying to stay on pace because I know you have some things you want to do in the show. Just give me what else we have going on here. We didn't talk about this in our pre-production meeting that we never have. We don't have one. Go ahead.
We actually had more planning than we've ever had for this show.
Really?
3 minutes compared to 0.
Oh, that's good. 3 more minutes. What were you going to say about big wide receivers there for a second?
I mean, we got a big receiver on the sideline. $9 million on the sideline that didn't suit up. I mean, I just don't understand. But you let it go. You let it go to Earl Pryor, who we could have had out there, who's a big receiver, who's a physical receiver, who played quarterback. That way, Hartline, they had to be our third quarterback. But
right.
And how about getting back to a year ago? We had a big receiver by the name of Charles Johnson. Oh yeah, we released him, and now he's the starting wide receiver in Minnesota.
Well, things like that happen. I mean, you got to know talent. You got to be able to evaluate talent. If you don't know it like that, then you got to start getting some better scouts.
I think that's what it comes down to, and I think that's exactly what Andy was trying to point out. They got Brandon Marshall for a 5th-round pick. Who does that fall on? Where is the front office when you're looking for players like that?
There doesn't seem to be a desire to go out and get that big, and I'm just fixing our earpieces because we can't hear anything coming back in. Just to let you know, because there are no rules. I can tell you everything that's going on. Yeah, we can't hear it. I can't hear Eric. I can't hear these other guys. And we were tailing off on the end of Craig. So, but my point on just on the Browns here, that it just doesn't. There's no sense of urgency to go out and get that big time wide receiver.
And why?
I think Ray does a nice job of getting that possession receiver. Mm-hmm. Andrew Hawkins, Taylor Gabriel, Brian Hartline. Those are great guys to have on board.
Yep.
But it's just that we don't have Brandon Marshall, and we had Josh Gordon. That fell apart, and that was the one thing I think about when.
Good job.
When we talk about, you got it back?
Yep, I got it back. You got it back?
I missed it. The thing about Terrell Pryor I thought that was so interesting was he's fast and he's big, and that's why I was kind of disappointed when they let him go. I understood why they let him go, but it was just disappointing.
Well, he was less money. He didn't cost as much.
Right.
But you still gave Dwayne Bowe $9 million guaranteed. That's a big loss.
But you don't know what you have in Terrell Pryor until you put him out there on the field to play. I mean, plays in preseason, you played, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Ask any of those guys, any of the pros in the preseason. All they're trying to do is get through the preseason injury-free and let it go on week number 1.
Exactly.
It's everybody flying around trying to make plays.
All right, let's go to Howie. Howie's on Skype 1. Hi, Howie. How are you there in
What's
the
up, Howie?
bowels of Steeler country?
In the bowels of Steeler country. I'm doing fine, Andy. How are you?
Good. All right, your thoughts on yesterday's game? At least we're tied with the Steelers.
I should have known that it was going to be the 11th year in a row to lose the opener because my clock radio went off and I could hear Sonny and Cher singing I Got You, Babe. It was like fucking Groundhog Day. I mean, it's always the same. It's always the same. I watch the same game over and over. We're like Cub fans. It's always the same thing. But, the biggest disappointment to me really, besides McCown having this no-fear attitude, which is going to get him killed if he ever gets back on the field after the concussion, is the defense. We have supposedly an elite defensive backfield, and we're afraid to blitz. We always run 3 or 4 guys in and sit back there in a little umbrella zone. We should be nose to nose on these guys, shutting them down and sending 5, 6 rushers. I mean, that's how you get to that's what they got to do to Mariota next week. And the other thing that you only see with Browns football are the bizarre things. You had the dive, helicopter, concussion fumble thing with McCown. You've got the strip of the interception that Gibson made, and then Marshall took back. And then, for God's sakes, how do you have a ball go over Fitzpatrick's head? We got 2 or 3 guys on top of him. He's literally practically standing on his head, bent over, and the ball pops up into his chest.
Well, if Kenny was on here, we'd say only in Cleveland. But is that true, Pierre? Listen, weird junk happens to the Browns, and if I could say what everybody else says, you know what I would say.
Right.
But is it just the Browns this weird stuff happens? You've seen weird stuff happen before.
It's not just the Browns.
Okay,
it's a lot of different teams, but the Browns seem to – it's like we're cursed.
But, Pierre, on that play there, that's a defensive mistake. When that ball goes over the head, talk about the responsibilities. There's one guy that's got to take that quarterback off the ball because it's you've got the numbers. Right. It's a jailbreak. It's 4-on-1. One guy takes the quarterback off the ball, and somebody's got to get on the football, right?
Yeah.
Don't you practice? That's something that's practice.
That's something that they practice. That's something that they do in practice all the time. And if you don't do it, then, that's why Coach, look at the coach. Patton, he was just like sitting there like, oh, somebody shot my dog. Yeah. And that's why he looked like that, because
but somebody was on. One of the guys that was rushing was on the quarterback, and that's why he was upside down and on his head, and the ball still bounced into his chest.
Yeah.
We just get more of the crazy shit than everybody else.
You're right.
And I know you guys have a short show today. You only got an hour, so I don't want to tie you up too long, but I think I'm going to smash my clock radio for the next season opener so I don't hear that fucking song again.
Well, that's good. And if you can take out Puxatawny Phil, we'll let Buckeye Chuck over there and take him down. How's that sound?
Hey, there you go. Now you're talking.
Howie, awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Howie.
You want to go Kaiser Tim or you want to go Scott here?
Hey, we're coming out for Game 3, by the way.
All right, we'll see you at Game 3. We'll try to catch up with you.
Caller first, Scott.
Thanks, Howie. All right, let's go to Scott. Oh, man, we got all kinds of airplay here. Hi, Scott. Good. What's up? What'd you think of the game yesterday? Scott, hey, we appreciate. Thank you for. I gotta stop. We got called on the radio for appreciating everyone that calls. I want to thank you for calling in. How's that sound? Scott, thanks, man.
Thanks,
Good
Scott.
job, Scott. Yeah, I was getting dogged the other day. Is that a bad habit?
You said appreciate too much?
Like when Pierre calls, I truly, like Pierre's friend of the show. Right. So it's like, you know, and he's got the hotline number. He can call in anytime he wants. So I'm like, oh, Pierre, thank you. We really appreciate it. I got nailed the other day just because sometimes I'm too nice.
You know, that's just the way you talk. You know, you can't help that.
Nah, I think I can.
Baskin lingo.
I feel bad.
That's it.
Baskin lingo.
I got to step up my game.
I got to keep you guys on time. We're going to go to Tim.
Time. There's no rules. We can get off whenever we want to. Who cares? Go ahead.
You guys got other jobs.
Yeah, that's true. We do. Okay.
So you have to be appreciated at your next job.
Yes. I appreciate it. Hi, Tim. Nice smiley face behind you.
Oh, hey, thanks. Hey, do you appreciate me?
You're appreciated. Browns aren't too appreciated.
Obviously, that
today.
smiley face didn't watch the Browns game yesterday.
No,
yeah, that balloon should be popped.
Hey, Tim, first question. I'm just curious, did the crew from the morning show on News Channel 5, did they just roll in from the 9s? And when you're here in the morning, do they just, seriously, they go back, get a little tipsy, come on in, hang out, and then just bust out a newscast? Because I must have saw that commercial 10,000 times during the preseason.
No comment.
Oh, good answer.
They smell like expensive gin drinks when they come in.
Are any of them back there? That's my question.
Yeah. There's some back there right now. Here,
Who's back there?
Let's pull them up here. Can you guys see them?
I don't see
I think there's Jackie.
Where your head used to be.
Zabelski's back there?
Zabelski gives us nothing.
Hey, tell Zabelski if you get a chance here. Give us your little report that you're going to do here on Interactive and how folks can talk to us on Twitter and Facebook and email and snail mail and I don't know what else.
Guaranteed Zabelski
All right,
didn't watch the game.
yeah, as you can see,
good.
we are very active on Twitter and Facebook and social media right now. We are using the hashtag #DawgsOnTheRun. Don't forget your hashtags if you're writing to us. We want to hear what people are saying, and people are sounding off right now about how disappointed they were in the game yesterday. And the one big thing that's really circulating is little shout out to Craig, who just called in, waiting for next year. People have already kind of written off this season and are talking about fail for Cardale, and there's always next year. And another thing that's been circulating through the old interwebs are it's saying, and with the first pick in the 2016 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select.
Look at you popping that up.
So a lot of people are talking that the Browns are on a
Do
downward
people think it's
spiral
0-16?
right now, and it's only the first game of the season.
Are we seriously? Are we thinking 0-16?
No way.
All right, good. I still don't think.
I will hope
Come
they're going to
on.
luck into a win or two here, aren't they? Right?
Come on, Cleveland.
Yeah,
It's still the
I
NFL.
think their defense will save them a little bit there at least.
All right,
They can't stop the run, but
we love talking to you. Who else is in the newsroom right behind you? Who's behind you? Anybody?
anybody? No,
Yeah.
we can bring in Nikki over here.
Bring in Jackie Traffic or Jackie News. We have a Jackie News now, too. Oh, there's Nikki. Nikki already came in.
Yeah, Nikki's already been on the show once today. She's used up her allotment of airtime.
Yeah, you've used up your allotment of airtime.
She
said
slides
good.
it back over.
All right, Tim, people want to get involved. What do they need to do?
Hashtag Dogs on the Run. Head on over to newsnet5.com right now. I've got a story right at the top of the app and the website. Click on in. You can see all of us interacting, the live video feed, everything. Just join us.
Podcast now, too, right? We're a podcast?
Yes. So following this, we are going to start taking the entire segment and bunching it together into a podcast so you can take it with you. If you can't watch the video, you can at least listen to us chatting our little heads off.
Yeah, that's true. All right, good
Nice.
stuff. Go pop that balloon behind you. It's too
Yeah.
optimistic this morning.
It's kind of pissing me off. That
Goodbye, Tim. Thank you.
Really.
Let us
All right,
hey,
see
if
you
Zabelski comes around there or
I want a
anybody
Jackie
else.
Fernandez. We want to
Yeah,
get some of the
where's
new
Fernandez?
faces. Fernandez is there, he said.
Well, go get Jackie.
We have
Bring
a
her
Jackie
back.
Traffic and a Jackie News now.
Go get her and put her on headsets.
Yeah, we want
Thank
Fernandez.
You. We want to talk to her.
Why don't you meet some of the new faces for the morning show that you've been seeing? The 90210 crew, as we like to call them, led by the Fresh Prince, Terrence Lee, in the
Have
morning.
you seen these commercials?
Wow.
Have you
amazing.
seen the commercials?
I seen the one.
The hair blowing and stuff?
Yeah, it's like, okay, so T. Lee looks like he's
He's the Fresh Prince of the morning.
He's like super pimp daddy out there, right?
No,
I mean, there's no rules on this show.
He's got a bunch of hot
And he's
women
got-
out there.
I mean, he's like Charlie's Angels.
Yes.
I said something this morning. I go, you're the luckiest guy in Northeast Ohio. He
It's
goes,
the greatest job in
it's
television.
a blessing and a curse. No, he didn't say
Yeah,
that.
it's a curse. Yeah, you poor guy.
That's a good thing then.
Yeah, you've got to work with a bunch of beautiful women every day of the week.
I keep
Okay.
losing. There we go. I gotta give a short.
Here we go. This is Jackie News now. We have a
Jackie News is gonna
Traffic,
sit down.
and now she's Jackie News. We have a Jackie News and a Jackie Traffic.
Okay, so Jackie News.
You have to sit down, though.
Yeah, she's got to sit down. Here, pop her up. There we go.
There she is.
Oh, here we go.
Jackie News.
Hi, Jackie News.
Hi, Jackie
Hey
News.
guys, what's up?
Oh, your hair looks perfect.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Not as good as yours.
Oh, are you serious?
Whoa, nice.
Wait, is it on straight? Hang on.
It looks so good.
Donald Trump.
The rug's
Check.
pumped up.
Hair
Donald
on fleek, Andy. Hair on fleek.
What did you say?
Ooh. See, you don't know that
Is
because
that good?
that's
I don't
their
know.
hip talk in the morning.
All right, so seriously.
That's the way the 90210 crew talks.
Okay, you have to tell us. So you guys, we got to make sure you guys hang out at the 9s till like 3 in the morning and then roll in and look awesome and then come in and do the news. Is that how you guys roll?
That's exactly how we roll. We get paid to do that. We just never take our makeup off, especially Terrence.
Wow. Oh, some inside scoop. Now, is that true that the morning crew now has masseuses and you all get the facials, and T. Lee is the hardest. He's actually the diva of the morning crew.
Oh, that's interesting.
You know what? All of that is true, especially the masseuse part. But it was so tough for us to get it in the morning because we had to steal it away from sports. You guys are so selfish about that.
Wow. Seriously. I'm
No,
just
we have
looking-
chiropractors.
I'm just looking for a diet plan. You guys have got all this other stuff going on.
Did you watch a game yesterday?
I gotta say, I watched it. I was
Wow.
asked to go over to a barbecue happening in the fourth quarter, so I went. I saw the screen and I thought, dang, this is so disappointing. Everybody was so depressed. They were eating their feelings, saying, how could this happen? They thought they were going to win this game. It was supposed to be an easy win. The Jets aren't even that good this year. But
Welcome to
I guess they were
Cleveland.
good
A
enough.
lot better than what we are.
Broke it down well.
That was pretty good.
I like it.
You might be a regular on this show moving forward, just so you know that.
You know what? I'm available. I am available.
All right, here's what I need. I need more the fashion statement on yesterday's game. What'd you think of the new unis?
I like the new uniforms. I'm hearing a lot of people here, there's pushback, oh, it's too bright orange, but I say the brighter the better. At least something is shining on the field. Am I right?
Wow.
Jackie, you're in next week. Plan on sitting down.
You are in.
Tell Tim he needs to go find a new job.